Saints, next week, I am asking that all church members bring a copy of your tax returns so that I can review them. I'm going to put a stop to some of y'all playing in my face during tithes and offerings on Sunday mornings. Amen. It's tight, but it's right.
I've been requested to talk about this viral video, and it's all over social media. My mother even sent it to me through text message. Now, I'm going to get into what her and I spoke about, but I want to give you my opinion first since it was asked of me. But first, I want to tell you something. I did a video a little while ago about AI pastors in the pulpit and even people in the church. And there were so many videos that were being created about churches, and all of those things happen to be AI. And so I gave some information on what you need to look for and using your discernment. And some of the things are really easy to spot, but then there are some times where we can be deceived on other things. And I feel like this is one of those videos, because if he was just a guy up there in a pants outfit or a jogging suit, no one would claim he was a pastor. Even if he stood at a podium, someone might have said the deacon in the church or some guy standing in church. But because he has on a robe and he looks to be in a church, and you hear the sound of members of a congregation saying amen, amen, everybody assumes that he is a pastor of a church.
For those of you who brought your tax returns as I requested, thank you for your obedience. For those of you who did not do as I asked, I will deal with you all immediately after service. We gonna get this money where it needs to be, one way or the other. Amen? Amen.
And with all of the assumptions taking place, no one has said this is Pastor so-and-so from this church. And so my opinion is I believe that this is AI. I mean, I'm sure that you probably figured that out when I mentioned the AI video I did about the church. And I'll tell you some of the things that gave it away. You playing in my face? Usually pastors of his age, he's a particular age now, or people in general, do not use the term you playing in my face. That's usually a younger folks term, okay? It's tight, but it's right. And that's where it ends at. It's tight, but it's right. Yeah, no. The whole microphone, but the old school robe on, there were just so many things that did not seem like it was really real or natural. Now, the voice was better, because sometimes you can hear that AI voice right away, but his didn't sound like that. So it really took a lot of other things for me to say, this might be AI. Now, let me talk about what me and my mother discussed over the phone. I'm sure she wouldn't mind me sharing, because we've talked about this before. Not only that, I told her that I was going to have her come on and do a video with me. So hopefully soon you will be able to meet my mom. So we got into the whole tax situation, and she told me that there was a pastor, and she used to attend this church, that asked her and other church members to bring in their tax papers. Now, if you know anything about me, you already know that my mother said, I don't think so. You ain't about to play in my face. You ain't about to get my tax returns. I'm joking. But she did say no. And another member asked her, was she going to do it? And my mother was like, no, they're not giving me their tax returns. I don't know what the pastor makes. I don't know what his wife makes. Nor do I know what they're doing with the church's money. Or should I say our money that we're giving to them in tithes and offering. So the answer would be no. And I agree. If a church is going to ask you to bring in tax returns, right, then that means everybody's tax returns need to be laid on the table. So who's looking at these tax returns? And do we get to see the pastors and his wife? What does y'all income look like? And then let's see what you guys are putting into this church, so that I know that when you're asking me to give $1,000 so you can build something, finish something out, or whatever, I know that you're putting that plus in, because this is your church. This is your building. And so if I leave, I'm not taking the building with me. It's going to stay with you. So you should be putting more money into it, right? I mean, that's my opinion. If I'm wrong, just let me know I'm wrong in the comments. I do not mind being wrong. I'm just simply saying that when it comes to this, it should be a no. But if you're going to do it, and there are people who do it, then we need to share, because sharing is caring. If you're going to be in my business, I need to be in yours. And then I also need to know where every dollar is going when it comes to this church. Because I'm not giving you my tax returns and letting you know what I make. That's my personal business, and I work for it. And the Lord tells me to give and not give grudgingly. And so I don't want to give grudgingly. I want to give. I want to be able to pour into my church, the place that I worship at. I want to be able to give as much as I possibly can, especially when the church is in need, right? And if I have it, of course I want to be able to help the church out. But I don't want to be forced. I don't want to feel like I'm pressured to give more because somebody now knows what I make, because you don't know what bills I have just because you see a tax return. And I think that is a big issue when it comes to people like the pastor that my mother used to be under and this AI pastor. So I've given my opinion on this whole thing. I want you to tell me yours in the comments below, because that's what I'm here for.